Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I understand that these are difficult times, and especially for the people of Palestine and for the Muslims in general. So I would want to share two verses, inshallah, from the glorious Quran to these brothers, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala console them. These are very difficult times. But then, in times like this, it is important that we share these verses with us so we may understand that this, when we look deeper, it is a rahmah from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it's not as if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not aware of what the wrongdoers do, but then He's just giving them a time that their eyes will stare in horror. The first verse is in Surah Al-Anfal. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا يُنْفِقُونَ أَمْوَالَهُمْ لِيَصُدُّوا عَنْ سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ. And then those who does believe, يُنْفِقُونَ أَمْوَالَهُم, they spend their wealth لِيَصُدُّوا عَنْ سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ, just to take people away from the path of Allah, to avert people from the path of Allah. فَسَيُنْفِقُونَهَا, they will indeed spend this wealth. ثُمَّ تَكُونُ عَلَيْهِمْ حَسْرَةٌ, and then it will be a source of regret. ثُمَّ يُغْلَبُونَ, and then they will be overcome, they will be defeated. So they would continue to spend and spend just to avert people from the path of Allah, just to take the Muslims away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They will spend indeed. This is the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then at the end of the day, it will be a source of regret. And Allah continued, وَالَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا إِلَى جَهَنَّمَ يُحْشَرُونَ, and indeed those who does believe, unto hell they will be gathered. And then the second ayah is in Surah Al-A'raf, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, قال موسى لقومه, Musa said to his people, استعينوا بالله واصبروا, seek help with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then be patient. إن الأرض لله, indeed the land belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. يورثها من يشاء, He makes whomever He wills to inherit the land. In ibadi, from amongst His servants. So from amongst His servants, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can wish any to inherit the land. وَالْعَاقِبَةُ, this is what is important, وَالْعَاقِبَةُ لِلْمُتَّقِينَ, and then the final end, the very last end, belongs to the Muslims. Okay, these verses are to reassure the Muslims that at the end of the day they will be victorious. They may spend their wealth as much as they can, but at the end of the day victory belongs to the Muslims. And then it is certain that not everyone would see this last end, but then knowing the fact that it will surely come, as promised by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through the mouth of Musa alayhi salam to his people, this is exactly the promise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to the believers. Lastly, I hope that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala console those that have lost their people. And in fact, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I can't even call it lost, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that وَلَا تَقُولُوا لِمَنْ يُقْتَلُ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ أَمْوَاتٍ, do not say to those that have been killed in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as dead. Okay, بَلْ أَحْيَا, they are alive, they are not dead. We shouldn't say they are dead. So this is like a rahmah to the Muslims, but then it can be painful. However, we should understand that this is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Sometimes we see something as, not khair, not good for us, and then that particular thing turns out to be very good, and then we see something good and then it turns out to be very bad to us. So we should be patient, and victory is very close. Victory is very close. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.